Pedro the Penguin Bumps His Head by Kes Gray and Mary McQuillan. Hello, I'm Nurse Nibbles and these are my Get Well friends. In my home I have lots of hospital beds of all shapes and sizes, which is a good job because poorly animals come to visit me from all over the world. I've looked after itchy iguanas, croaky crocodiles, sneezy snakes, woozy warthogs and even rickety reindeers. Last week a new poorly patient came to see me. His name was Pedro the Penguin and he was feeling very dizzy indeed. This is the story of how Pedro the poor penguin bumped his head. It was a beautiful polar morning. The sun was shining, the icebergs were glistening and Pedro had decided to start the day in his favourite way, with an early morning swim. Early morning swims can be just the way to start the day, especially if you're a penguin. Pedro poured out a lovely big bowl of cocoa kippers. Penguins who go for early morning swims knows the importance of a good breakfast. Pedro cleaned his teeth with his special electric beak brush. Electric beak brushes make penguins' teeth as white as snow. Pedro left his house and skated down the path. The more he skated, the more excited he felt. The more excited he felt, the more fun he wanted to have. Penguins love having fun in the snow, especially with their friends. I'm going swimming, he shouted, skidding past the sea lions. I'm going diving, he shouted, throwing a snowball at Alan the albatross. Come and watch me, he whooped, leapfrogging over the walruses. We'd love to, smiled his friends. After all, Pedro had been taught to dive by his father, the best high-board diver in the land. The sea lions, the walruses and Alan the albatross walked with Pedro, throwing snowballs along the way. What kind of dive will you do? They asked as Pedro approached the sea. My best dive ever, boasted Pedro. Pedro arrived at the sea and got ready to dive in, just like his father had taught him. He remembered to tuck in his tummy, he remembered to curl his toes and bend his knees, he remembered to point his beak at the sky. He remembered to do his special body wiggle and to leap high, high, high into the air. But there's one very important thing that Pedro had forgotten to do. Crunch! He'd forgotten to break the ice before diving in. Ouch! No wonder Pedro was feeling so dizzy. Never mind, the good news is, just like high diving penguins, bumps go up and bumps go down. Pedro did remember to get plenty of rest. He did remember to take his medicine, and you'll be very pleased to know that Pedro the poorly penguin did get better in the end.